Hey guys, Braden here. Welcome to the video. This is part 3 in a series of videos focusing on the Draco Centre Diff Set. Today's video will be focusing on the pinion and spur, setting it up, setting the mesh, and basically getting the vehicle ready to run. Okay. If you haven't already, please check out part 1 and 2. Part 1, I go through the installation and give an overview of the product. Part 2, I build the center diff using the Draco components and the stock components. And I also talk about how to set up the drive shafts. Okay, so I will move the camera to a better location so you can see, and we'll begin. Okay guys, now we are in a better position to see what's happening. We can access the pinion and set the mesh. So, step 1 is to remove all the wires from your ESC and then remove these 4 screws from the ESC plate. These are 3mm by 6 screws, or M3 by 6 screws. These are included in the Draco Centre Diff Set. Okay, and right there, last one. 4. Okay. Now we can remove the plate and ESC, put that aside, and we have access to the pinion and motor screws. So there are 2 M4 cap screws holding the motor. This is not compatible with M3 screws, just M4. Okay, now let me access the screws using this 3mm wrench. So let me just show you so you can get a better view. If the battery boxes are off, you can actually access them much easier. So let me do it that way. But you can also access from the top like this. It's a little fiddly, but we'll just get in here. And then loose. Okay. So now the motor can move up and down. And let's set the mesh. A little lower, higher. Right there. Okay. So I will tighten one screw first. Check again. Yep. Tighten the other screw. Oh, I'm loosening that. Wait a minute. Tighten the screw. Okay. Check one last time. Okay. Alright. So that's set. Now, as you can see, you can also access from the top. It is a little difficult, I understand, but this was a compromise I made. I considered making a 2-piece design for this rear plate, but that would mean there would be a joint between this plate and this plate where the motor could slide out. So I decided not to do that because with these motors, when you're jumping, when you're running, the motor is pulling down, right? So eventually the joint here would wear out and it would fall off. So for durability reasons, I didn't do that. Okay, so I decided to go with 1 piece. You can still access reasonably well. If you want to, you just remove the radio box so you can access it. You could also set up the mesh in the plate with the diff and motor installed. Before you install it here, you can have the plate. You could have a plate out with the motor and then a diff installed, set the mesh that way, take the diff off, and then install it in with the motor already set if you wanted to. Or you can access from the top here. You could remove this. It really depends on how you want to do it. But I think either way, with the TVP design, there are some limitations. So yeah, that is the reasoning why I decided to stick with this solid plate. More durable, and some of you will run the larger motors. So if you imagine that, if you're jumping that vehicle with that big motor, it's going to be pulling down here, so it would wear out eventually. Yeah. Okay, so that's how you set it up. Yeah, if you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.